Last year, the Terry Sanford Bulldogs women's basketball team won the 3A East Regional. This year, Coach Chris Goodman and the Bulldogs look to improve upon that and bring home the hardware from Winston-Salem and the North Carolina High School Athletic Association basketball championships. Of course, championship weekend is coming up the 14th and 15th of March. And Coach Goodman, I have to say, congratulations on an outstanding 3A season so far. How did what happened last year and that loss in that final game help motivate your team to come back this year and have the incredible season that you've had so far?
Yes. First, thank you. It was an awesome experience being there last year. Um, it made the girls so much hungrier, to be right there, one game away from winning it all. And they've just been focused on that since the season started. We may have taken a week or two off, and then girls were like, Coach, when can we get back in the gym? They were super excited to get back in. And I'm just proud of their dedication that they've had since the off season to really get us back to where we are now and hopefully continue on and go get the school's first title.
Coach Goodman, you've been coaching there at Terry Sanford for 6 years, but you're retired military. You understand what it means to put team before self. How have you communicated your experiences as part of our United States fighting force and help that be a lesson teacher to your young athletes?
I think that's been one of my biggest strengths coming in, just teaching them discipline, selfless service, making sure, like you said, team, we is bigger than me. That's kind of been our motto. This year, our motto is one team, one mind, one goal. And the girls have done a really great job of truly buying into that motto.
You've coached both boys and girls. What's the difference at the high school level?
Um, Girls listen more, honestly. I truly do think girls pick up a little quicker on the game. The boys' game right now is if you're the most athletic, you can jump the highest or shoot the farthest away from the basket, you're in a good spot. With girls, they truly understand the fundamentals of the game. And it seems like they're sponges eager to learn.
You've been rolling since game one this season in 2024-25. Has there been one defining moment leading up to the playoffs and what could be a six-win run to a state championship that has defined your season?
So definitely, we had an MLK event here at our school, and we played Grace Christian. We were actually down by 25 at one point,
Wow.
and we were able to come back in that game. We were down one possession with 2 minutes left in the game, and got a couple stops in a row. Just weren't able to capitalize. But I told the girls that team in the second half was capable of winning a state championship, and we've kind of said that's our standard to play that type of basketball, unselfish, focused defensively, doing all the little things, diving on the floor. And they've truly embodied that since that game. And we've done a really good job the second half of the season.
Back earlier in my career, I was the voice of Army basketball at West Point, and we played a game at Cameron Indoor Stadium against Coach K, who was obviously an Army alum. And we were down by so many points in the first half that I came back from a break and said, well, it's only a 13 possession game because we were down by 39. What do you say to your team when they're
um,
down 25 points in a game that, I mean, high school games aren't 40 minutes. I mean,
right.
substantially less time to get stuff done.
So it was really interesting because I didn't go in yelling. I didn't go in, telling them, what everything we did wrong. I truly believed that we could come back in the second half if we just did what we were capable of doing. So I just went back through our game plan that we had prior to the game starting, and I said, hey, let's go out and try to execute these. All right. If we do these little things, let's see what the scoreboard says at the end. And I think we did a really good job with that.
You're from South Georgia. You're not originally from North Carolina. You came here when you were in the Army, but you've now last year and hopefully this year will be advancing all the way to Winston-Salem and that championship weekend. What kind of an event is that for the young people that have a chance to participate at the NCHSAA basketball championships at Joel Coliseum?
It was an awesome experience. The NCHSA did an amazing job, and the host schools in the area did an amazing job. We were able to travel up early, kind of get our legs back under us by going to one of the local high schools. We were able to get our pregame meal in and do kind of our regular routine that we did throughout the season. And then just to be, you know, in the gym to see what a college court looks like, to look up in the crowd and see, the atmosphere that was around. It was amazing. Um, just I can't really put it into words. I loved it for the girls.
Chris Goodman is the head women's basketball coach for the top 3A basketball team in the state, the Terry Sanford Bulldogs. One final question for you, Coach. What would a basketball state championship mean to Terry Sanford High School?
It would be awesome. The great Shay Ralph, of course, played here, arguably one of the best players to ever come out of the state. And her team fell just short. We've fallen short four times now in that state championship game. So to get the first one in school history, I think that'll be really exciting for this group.
Do you have any communications with Coach Ralph as she talked to the girls?
Yeah, so she actually talked to them last year. Her dad is still locally here, so he and I have had a lot of conversations that he's rooting us on and everything. So it's been really exciting to have the support of the community.
Chris Goodman, he's the head coach of Terry Sanford's Bulldogs, the number one 3A women's basketball team in the state, and they are on the road to Winston-Salem and have a chance to come home with the 2025 NCHSAA Women's Basketball 3A state title.